this entire kind of space of technological revolution and fourth industrial revolution opened up so much space for young people and young to old people for entrepreneurship, new ideas, new businesses. What do you see is the role of arts in this development?
Good questions. So it's hard for me as an artist to separate myself from the tech, because when I started like 15 years ago, when I moved from being a traditional filmmaker, I said, well, wow, if I want to connect with the young people of tomorrow, tech is their language. If I don't speak their language through tech, I will miss a whole generation. So I feel together, I can't almost separate them. So the role of the arts and the role of the artist is to me as an individual personally, is to, like a technologist will build, but to have that kind of creative critique and evaluation and analysis and kind of just constant evaluation from a creative perspective is something which is not natural, I feel, for a technologist. So when you have the technologist working with the creative, we can kind of evaluate, you know, what it is we're trying to do and why we're trying to do it. Because maybe the technologist might be like, okay, we're gonna do this way. That way is good, but why do you even want to do that thing? You know, what is the value in that? Should we be making that? And they may say, well, I'm trying to do, this is my objective. It's like, well, we could do it this way. We'd have to do it that way at all, and we can reach that same objective. And they'll be like, oh, that wasn't even consideration. So it enables this, as artists, some of us have this kind of, we can have this dialogue of connecting with culture and society, and have that with the technologist and talk about, because some of us, that's our role as artists, you know, that's our responsibility. So when we work with people, we want to just also kind of pour that responsibility on them as well, to kind of challenge what they're doing. And I don't think anything bad can come from those conversations.
If I was an artist who wanted to start working with tech, is it difficult, especially for women?
Okay, if I was an artist who wanted to work with tech, is it difficult?
Because tech is seen as a man's world.
Okay, so tech is probably not just seen as a man's world. It is at the moment mostly men, mostly white men.
Yeah.
Things are as difficult as you're kind of, it can be difficult, and it is probably difficult to know where to start. And it may be difficult, it will be difficult when you're working in it as well. But I would still urge you to not let that not be the reason why you wouldn't pursue that path, because if you would pursue a different path just because it's easier? Mm-hmm. You know, it's like, what do you want to do and why do you want to do it should be the question. Okay, I want to do technology and I want to go in there to give a woman's perspective in the things that I build so that it's not biased against women. Okay, cool. That's going to be a challenging path, let's go. Then how do I do that? Oh, then maybe I will look at things which I would like to design from a woman's perspective. Maybe I want to create this bottle and put like a handle in there because, you know, I don't want to put my hand here, my hands are smaller, they want to go inside. You know, and then find a way to develop those things. So I don't think just because things are hard, but life is hard. And I think finding your purpose and then moving from that as your kind of compass should be your driving force.
Going back to the smart city, do you think a riot can happen in a smart city?
I think a riot could start in a smart city. I don't know how long it would last for. I think it would depend on the people how technologically savvy they are. Look at the people in Hong Kong. Yeah. Like they're pulling down the facial recognition systems. They're doing things like projecting on their face, and you know, they're using other forms of technology, and they're protesting. They're consistently protesting. And then it's not just the smart city, how the system is integrating laws to stop them. So I think a riot could start in the smart city. it would be up to the people to discern how long it would last for. And that would depend upon how intelligent they are. Because when I was researching this, smart and intelligent are two different things. Smart is about some form of like, you're smart, you can repeat something, but intelligence is more about a mental process. So it's about them using their intelligence against something which is automated to be smart.
What is the most inspiring or the best art you've seen recently that inspired you?
This is a very silly story, but I was in Russia a couple of weeks ago, and I was staying at this quite fancy hotel, and they had a little spa, and I went into the spa, the shower, and it had a tropical rainforest. And when you clicked on it, it was like lightning, and then it was the sounds of the birds, click, 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 and then it went red, and then it was like, oh, rainforest. So the water went from cold to warm to hot, and I was like, I'm like in Jamaica or something. Like I was 100% immersed. I was like immersed in the shower, like, oh my God, am I Hawaii? Am I the Philippines? I am in the tropical rainforest. So that in my mind was the most immersive experience of art experience, and it was like a really posh shower. So I'm sorry, artists and art people, to really like kill you, but I was completely transformed.
Okay, thanks so much
for
the conversation.
Thank you.